Donuts, burnouts, going over 270 kilometers an hour, all while making car salesmen scared for their lives. Literally, they don't know if they'll come home that day. All of that while risking the lives of innocent people on the road in a car that the guy doesn't even own. If you have ever bought a car, whether that's used or even a brand new one, I'm sure you would have taken it on a test drive before you bought it. I mean, they always say the feel of the wheel seals the deal, and you have to try before you buy. Normally, a test drive is a pleasant experience. You're testing out the car, its features, seeing how it feels on the road, but you're also going to be very careful because you don't own the car yet. So if anything happens in it, you're completely liable for something you don't even own. So you're going to be quite careful on that test drive. But let me introduce you to someone who didn't get the memo. His name is Ahmer Said. He lives in Texas in America, and well, he doesn't do your regular test drives. But he'll do the complete opposite of what I just mentioned a test drive's all about. He'll go to high-end dealerships to test drive these cars. Is his intention to test drive them because he wants to buy them? Definitely not. His intention is to abuse the car, waste a dealership's time, but worst of all, risk many people's lives, including the person with him on the test drive and all the other people on the road. Yes, he's literally a threat of life or death every time he goes on a test drive. But I'd rather show you than talk to you about it. He's got a popular Instagram page of over 130,000 followers where he posts all his crazy stunts. And some of the worst things he's ever done, he's put on that Instagram page. So let's go through them from best, well, not really the best, but the least dangerous to the most. And also showing some of the crazy cars he's been in. No, these aren't M4s and C63s. No, they're Aventadors and Ferraris. Let's start with the least crazy of all the actions he's done. A good old launch control. I mean, who doesn't love to do it, especially in a sports car? I know for a fact, I've done quite a few in that car there. And in my opinion, a launch control isn't that bad. If it's on a test drive and they know you're being responsible, why not? You're going to test out the car's performance. You know what the performance is like before you buy it, especially on a sports car. They're made to go fast. So our friend Ahmer has done a few launch controls on his test drives, from a C8 Corvette to a V10 Dodge Viper to a Ferrari and even the V12 Lamborghini Aventador. The issue necessarily isn't the launch control, like I said. The issue is he doesn't really know when to let off the throttle. He'll do this launch control, which normally people do 0 to 100 or 0 to 60 miles an hour, but no, he goes well over 200 kilometers an hour or 120 miles an hour. He just keeps going. Keep in mind, in traffic, on the freeway, on regular roads. And that leads me into the second point. He likes to speed quite a bit in these cars he doesn't own. Some of these examples are in a Lamborghini Aventador going 148 miles an hour or 238 kilometers an hour. 140 miles an hour or 225 kilometers an hour in an Audi R8. 135 miles an hour or 217 kilometers an hour in a Porsche GT3 RS. And the highest of them all, 170 miles an hour or 270 kilometers an hour in another C8 Corvette. That is like Autobahn speed. Like almost 300 kilometers an hour is insane on a public road, especially one with people that are driving on it. You can see in the video, there's other people on the freeway. Of course, I love supercars doing supercar things. I mean, who doesn't? These machines are made to go 300 plus kilometers an hour. But the problem lies, one little mishap or lapse of judgment, or someone pulls out in front of him, he's taking his life, the salesman who's literally just doing his job, and the family that's commuting on the road. Everyone's life is gone because of his Instagram clout. And obviously these clips aren't filmed in Mexico or on a private racetrack or anything like that. They're literally on freeways where everyone's commuting. And the worst part, it's in the middle of the day when the dealerships are open. They're open from 9 to 5 p.m. and he's doing it then, in the middle of the day. If it was 3 a.m. on an empty freeway, I wouldn't really care if he was doing it in his own car, but he's not. He's doing it in someone else's car in the middle of the day. If you thought it wasn't crazy enough, let's just keep piling it on. While he's doing this, he's also recording with one hand a lot of the time. Recording him speeding at triple the speed limit with one hand on the steering wheel. Like, I don't want to sound like a Karen, you're on your phone recording, blah, blah. You're driving a car at ridiculous speed, holding it with one hand while looking through your phone at the speed you're going. You're not even looking at the real situation. You're looking through your phone to what's happening while holding your phone. Like one bump in the road and the car swiggles, you've only got one hand on the wheel. Let's go to the next point. Like I said, these supercars were made to go fast. Going 200 kilometers an hour in them is normal. That's what they were made to do. That will do no damage to these cars. But you know what will? Doing donuts and burnouts in these cars. Our friend Ahmer is shredding through the tires and brakes and even destroying the engine the way he's driving these cars to do burnouts and drifts and donuts. He's done burnouts in Corvettes, BMW M5s, and even Dodge Vipers. Also doing donuts in Toyota Supras. And an all-wheel drive Audi RS7. And if you listen to this video, you can hear him absolutely destroying the diff because an all-wheel drive car isn't meant to do donuts. And finally, damaging these precious engines of these cars, like an E90 BMW M3. He's doing donuts in it, bouncing off the limiter. And also bouncing off the limiter about 50 times in a Ferrari F430 while doing donuts. So now the dealer has to fork out thousands of dollars for tyres and brakes because they aren't cheap on these cars. But on top of that, there's long-term damage, like to that RS7 and F430. I wouldn't be surprised if they had more issues with the diff and the engine for the way that he's treating them on a test drive. And the worst part is, the next owner who buys that car is going to have those issues. And I'm sure after this little act, the car will definitely need 2 new rear tyres. And to the next step, he's just a flat-out racist. Like, he says completely racist things to make the videos funny, I guess. I won't repeat what he said, obviously, because that will get clipped very badly. So some of the things he said about a salesman who's of Indian descent. And also one that was of Chinese descent.
Yes, everybody loves Kung Fu fighting. Say it made your wonton wet. Okay? Come on.
That's kind of racist, bro.
I'm kidding, bro.
That's kind of racist.
Okay.
I get making racist jokes, I get it. Comedians do it all the time. But this is just pretty much shaming him online and then posting him online to hundreds of thousands of people to see them being made fun of and then abusing the car which they trusted him to drive in, making the salesperson look like a double idiot. But let's get to the most crazy part of all of this, and this part sits the worst with me. These sales guys that go on test drives with him are genuinely scared for their lives. Like, they genuinely think they won't be coming home to see their families and their kids after because they think they will be ending their life on that test drive. Literally, in some of these videos, you can see the salespeople shaking with fear. They are so scared for their life.
Stop. No, stop the car right now. You over here. Stop over here. Okay. I'm not playing that.
Yeah, just let me get out the car.
Okay, let me just do at the end of the sign.
No. I don't want to be inside the car when you.
So, one second.
And on top of that, he's driven these cars so violently that has even led to some salespeople pulling over and vomiting out of the side of the car. Because of how sick they feel. One, because they're scared for their life. And two, I mean, the amount of G-force of going left, right, donuts, forward, brake. Yeah, it's making him vomit from a test drive. That's insane. These people are trying to make a living. Love them or hate them, they're making a living. And this guy's making them scared for their lives. It's literally threatening their lives. There's no job in the world that you should feel threatened for your life. Obviously, being a soldier or a police officer is different. That's what you sign up for. Being a car salesperson, you don't sign up for this at all. Your job is to sell cars, not to be scared for your life. After hearing all of this, you fall into 2 categories. One, you think he's a maniac that belongs in jail. like myself. Or two, you've got the mind of a 13-year-old and you think he's some kind of hero, some awesome internet personality. And these people that actually support him, well, they've got two arguments and I'll shoot them both down like a lead balloon. It's not going to last. Reason number one, the salespeople and dealerships deserve this because they're just snakes. They'll scam their own mother for $1 and they're just there to make your money and scam you. Well, first of all, obviously car dealerships are there to make money. That's the whole purpose of the business and of any business. It's to make money. Even the supermarket you go to, well, you don't call them scammers, but they're there to make money. Coles and Woolworths price gouging. And if they were flat out scamming people, one, they wouldn't be able to operate. There's a lot of government agencies, especially in Australia and I'm sure in America, that don't allow them to scam people. And two, if it was such a bad experience and they do scam people, well, they'll just have 1-star reviews online and no one would go and buy a car there. But regardless, don't worry about the big businesses. Let's talk about the salespeople, just the average Joe like me and you, regular people. Love them or hate them, they're going to a job to provide for their family, make money and put food on the table. Of course, there are good ones and there are bad ones. There are ones that want to take your money and there are people that want to help you find a car. But at the end of the day, we're all human and threatening another person's life for a laugh online, that's just insane. If you like him or hate him, you just can't do that. And the craziest part of all of this, our friend Ahmer isn't just doing it to dealerships, he's done it to private sellers as well. So there's literally people that have saved up years to buy their dream supercar and they're selling it either because they're buying another one or they can't afford to keep it or whatever the case is. And these private people who can be anything, they could be literally charity workers, well, he's going in their car with them in it and thrashing it again, scaring them in their own car. They don't work for a dealership. They're not trying to scam you. They're trying to sell their car and he's scaring their lives. And the next point that his incel fans will make is, well, it's a sports car. It's meant to be driven hard. If you're not driving it hard, you're not driving it right. That's the whole point of a test drive. You're completely right. These cars are meant to be driven hard. From supercars to sports cars, they want to be driven hard. They want to hit the limiter. They want to rev all the way out when it's your own car, not someone else's. Regardless whether it's a private seller or a dealership, well, someone, one, owns that car or will be buying that car soon off the dealership and you've absolutely abused that car now. It's had a bad history because you've thrashed it. You haven't driven it properly, you're bouncing off the limiter and shredding through tyres. And all of this just for a bit of social media clout. Like I've mentioned, tyres and brakes on these cars literally cost thousands of dollars. It's not a couple $100s, it's thousands. And you think Ahmer is paying for any of this damage? Of course not. So what is the outcome of Ahmer's adventures? Did he get arrested? Has he been locked up? Has he paid fines? Nothing. Literally nothing. You hear me? Nothing. Nothing's happened to him. He's been posting these videos for months and he's still posting them almost every second day. He has recently been on national American news for what he's done and they've warned Texas car dealers to watch out for him, but he's still getting away with it. Then that also leads the question, how can Ahmer drive so many high-end cars? I mean, if I just walked into a Lamborghini dealership and said, hey, I want to drive that Aventador, they'll tell me, you need to leave the dealership. So how does he get to drive all these cars? Well, my personal best guess is he's got a very high credit score and probably a lot of savings, which he can show at the dealership to show, look, I'm a serious buyer. I'm not just someone with $10,000 to my name and I want to drive $1 million car. And when they see his credit that he can get pre-approved for the car and he can actually afford to own it, well, then they assume, well, this guy's a real deal. He can afford it. He's not here to waste our time. Obviously, they're wrong about that. He could also be coming to these dealerships in other high-end cars to make it seem like he's got money, he can afford it. I don't really know exactly, but that's my best guess. Because if you just walk in off the street, they won't let you drive these cars for this exact reason. So what's my personal 2 cents on it? I think our friend Ahmer should be in jail. He should pay a lot of fines and go to jail for what he's done. He literally acts like a child with no repercussions of his actions. He's threatening people's lives, salespeople and innocent people, destroying cars that he doesn't own, and he gets away with it every time. For me, it's just so disrespectful to the people selling the cars, and it's such a blatant disregard of human life in the way he acts. Like, it's unbelievable. Instead of the police targeting car guys who drive their own cars in safe environments, you should target him. Put him in jail. I'll vouch for that. I want you to let me know your thoughts. What punishments should Ahmer face for his actions? What should be done about him and how can it be prevented? I want to thank you for watching another Performance Sneak video. It means the world to me that you take some time out of your day to spend with me, watching me talk about cars and stupid people about cars today. I hate asking, but please do consider liking, subscribing and commenting so I can push out more high quality content and dedicate more time to it. Because when I can do this full time, oh, that would be a dream come true. So thank you for watching. Let me give you a nice little cold start on the M4. I do love that sound. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next week because we post every single Tuesday. And let me know down in the comments what other videos you'd like to see. Thank you, and I'll see you next week.